You are now rocking with the Cool Cats and me, the D.E.V. What's up, y'all? I woke up this morning with someone staring me in my face. He handed me this list. Now, I haven't looked at it until tonight, but I kind of got I had an idea what it was. So it's a list of demands, more like kitty complaints. Have your cats done this yet? If not, consider yourself lucky. This is their 7th or 8th time. Now, y'all know my cats are a little different. They're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But if your cats haven't done this, believe me, they thinking about it. Now, for this to be that 7th or 8th time doing this, obviously, I ain't paying them no mind, but we all know cats are a finicky beast. But to go to these lengths is a bit much, don't you think? Anyway, I thought I'd share it with y'all. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole list. I just picked out the top 3, the ones they got highlighted. And so Robin, his number 1 complaint is the food. Now let's talk about this boy for a minute. First of all, Robin has a history of food allergies. When he's 7 now. I think this was we found this out when he was about 4, 3 or 4. So anyway, you know, he's allergic. I don't even remember what he's allergic to, but I had to switch his food to this grain-free food. And then, now I had 3 cats, as you know. So when one of your cats gets a food allergy, it's hard to feed one cat this special food and the other cats not eat it, right? So when one of them switches, they all switch pretty much. So, and if it's healthier, then they all eat healthier. That's the way I look at it. Problem with that is when we switch to this grain-free food, I had to go through like 7 or 8 foods to find one that all 3 of them would eat, right? And so for this little boy to be complaining about the food, it's his fault that we switched the food. And then I switched the food again. Now they eat different foods. I'm talking about their dry food right now. I had to switch their food again last year because I forget which one of them just didn't like it no more. That's how they are, right? Listen, guys, if you're enjoying the video, be sure to hit subscribe and notifications so you don't miss any future content. Then you have the wet food. Oh my God. Now they eat dry food in the morning, wet food at night. The best food for cats is raw, right? But they haven't taken the raw. I've been trying for years. They will not eat raw food. I'm going to continue to try different things till I can get them on raw food. But right now, the closest I can get is wet food, right? And so with wet food, this is the craziest because you talk about trying 7 or 8 dry foods. I have tried, I don't know, I've lost count of how many wet foods that I've tried with them. It's over 30, right? And so I will find one that they like. And that and the different flavors or whatever. And then they'll like it for a couple of months. Now this is all of them, not just Robin. They'll like it for a couple of months. And then out of the blue, one of them or two of them, and usually it's Robin, will just decide, oh, I don't like this anymore. And so for this joker to be complaining about the food, I have a real problem because he is the reason most of the time we switch up the food. He's not going to be satisfied. He's never going to be satisfied. I just keep switching it up, find something that he like. If he don't like it, then this is what I always, tell my friend, hey, if they'll like the food, they get hungry enough, you'll hear their body drop in the hallway because they didn't eat. I shouldn't say that, y'all. Y'all know I'm playing. But he is going to eat what I bring in here eventually because I keep switching it up enough times until I find something. But Robin, no matter what, will never be happy with the food. So this is why, as I mentioned earlier, every time this is their 8th list, and out of the 8 lists, I think 6 of them, one of Robin's biggest complaint is the food. This is why I don't pay attention to this crap. Now, let's get to Batman. Okay, Batman's biggest complaint is he wants to go outside more. All right, so here we go with this one. Now, my cats are indoor cats. All right. Where I live now, they have, it's not even really a yard, it's a townhouse, right? So, you know how townhouses is, it's just a little whatever. And so, I don't know what I was thinking. Literally, my cats don't go outside. I tried to walk them and they had leashes and I tried that for a while. None of them really took to it. But to think back on that, Batman is the one who kind of like that. But the rest of them hated it. Anyway, that I didn't let them just go outside. When they went outside, it was accompanied by me on a leash. So I believe in cats being indoors. So anyway, not to get all off into that, but I don't know what I was thinking, but maybe about 6 months ago, I went out front, just sat on the stoop, and they were sniffing and being nosy as they do. And I let them outside. So Batman was the one that wanted to come outside. The other two kind of trickled out. And so they, Robin, bruh man, they could take it or leave it. But this cat, Batman, oh my God, he wants to be outside all the time, right? And I mean, listen, if your kids want to go down to the corner, right, where they shooting dice and smoking dope, that don't mean you let them go down there. You as the parent person know what's best for them, right? So I'm not gonna let him just flow outside. Now, I started accompanying him outside once a day, and then it got to the point where he would sit at the door and just whine and whine and whine and whine. Batman, you not going outside. It's 20 degrees, it's 30 degrees outside. What? What? Little boy, I'm going to tell you like I told you the last 10 times. You're not going outside. What? Boy, for the 1,000th time, you're not going outside. So then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this every day. I take you out every now and then. I try to wean them off of that whining. And to this day, I haven't totally done it. So this cat sits at the door a couple of times a day and just whine. I had to go in another room and close the door just to, after a while he'll shut up, but I ain't thinking about this complaint. He can forget about that. Now, this last one, this is bruh man's complaint. And this is my little baby. Bruh man, he only has one complaint and it's not highlighted. He's so sweet. His complaint is he wants me to stop leaving the house. Isn't that something? Now, now obviously I can't do that, but this is the one right here. If I could, I would do it for this guy because he don't complain. He just want to be with me, right? And so to tell you the history on this little boy, I got bruh man from the shelter, right? And so he was 10 weeks old when I got him. And I think other than the people who fed him or whatever in the shelter, when I brought him home, I was really the only person he had been around. I think whoever had him or wherever he came from, like his litter that he was born into wasn't wanted. So they immediately just took the kittens and put them in the shelter. So, he was in a shelter till he was 10 weeks old, and then he was with me, right? And then I got him during that time. It was during COVID. And so it was, during that period of time, I didn't have visitors and that kind of thing. So really, I was the only him and Batman and Robin, which I call his cousins. They're not really his cousins, but we all family. Uh, I was the only person he had really ever been around for the first 2 years of his life, right? And so obviously he's very, very attached to me. And I'm gonna share something with y'all. I don't put him on camera right now a lot. I will in the future. But the reason for that is that he has a really bad skin disease. And he looks terrible. Like right now, he looks like he's been in a fire or something. His skin is just, oh, it's terrible. And he was misdiagnosed at a vet. They said it was ringworm. And so consequently, he was being treated for ringworm for like 2 months. And then they came back and said, oh, well, long story short, I found another vet. I've been having a time down here. I moved to Charlotte not too long ago. As some of y'all been following me, you know this, but I moved to Charlotte not too long ago. And I've been having a time finding a good, dependable vet down here. I think I have now, so I'm happy about that. Anyway, so as you can imagine, for 2.5 months, he had this skin disease. I can't pronounce the name of it. Otherwise, I would say it. But he was being treated for this. I mean, he had the skin disease, and he was being treated for ringworm. So all this medication and all the things that we was giving him wasn't treating what he actually had. So that means that it has grown and got worse over that period of time. I'm thinking about taking legal action. Anyway, so now he's being treated correctly, but it's a process of him coming back. So I feel a little, uncomfortable about putting him on camera live right now. He will in the near future, but during this time, there were periods that he'd been in a lot of pain. He lost a lot of weight. I was real scared for him, and he was too. And it made us, as tight as the bond I described we had was before, it made us even tighter. And so this little boy don't leave my side. Whenever I'm home, he's in my lap the whole time. And so hopefully he gains some of his confidence back when he starts to feel better. But I can understand why brother man don't want me to leave the house, my little baby. So anyway, guys, I thought I would share that with y'all because, now other than bruh man's complaint, which I can't do, I'm not even taking none of this crap seriously. But isn't this something? This is what my cats do to me. Do your cats do this kind of stuff to you? Let us know in the comments. Now remember to treat your animals well. They didn't ask to be there with you, but now all they have is you. Treat them like family. Fam.